Hi YouTube! I am going to be taking you through your home learning for Thursday. So, you will need two things. You need your copy of Amazing Grace and your lined exercise book, but today I'm going to be using a whiteboard. The first thing I'd like you to do is read your copy of Amazing Grace to yourself. If you're finding that a little bit tricky, you can watch the video I recorded of me reading it and follow along with your book too. Okay, today we are going to be thinking about what Grace is like as a character. And we're going to be thinking about that in two ways. We're going to be thinking about what we know about her just by looking at her, and what we'd find out if we were her friend, so if we started to get to know her a little bit more. They're the kind of things that you wouldn't know just by looking at someone. So that's things like what she likes, what she doesn't like, is she brave, is she funny, is she kind, those kinds of things. The first thing we're going to do is draw a head and shoulders. Now these don't have to be very detailed at all because we're going to come back to them. So I'm going to draw Grace's head and a pair of shoulders. She doesn't have any hair yet, that's okay. And then above her, these are all the things that are in her head. We're going to put them in an enormous bubble above her head. Okay, you'll have a bit more space than me. Bubble. Okay. We're going to start by what we would know about Grace just by looking at her. We don't know her yet as a person, we're not her friend yet, but what do we know about her just by looking? So I'm going to use the pictures mainly for this. Okay, so I can see Grace looks quite young, she's a child. And now I'm going to think about how would I describe her? What adjectives could I use? So she is young. She's got brown hair. And now you can add some more adjectives to describe what Grace looks like outside the bubble and outside her head. Okay. Now we're going to think about what Grace is like as a character. If we were her friend, what would we find out about her if we were her friend? These answers aren't in my head, so I definitely need to be a detective and look in my book to help me find out. So I'm going to start at the beginning. Okay. Grace was a girl who loved stories. There's my first clue. It says Grace loved stories. In this bubble above her head, I'm going to write loved stories. All the things I find out about Grace, I'm going to put in this big bubble here. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. So keep reading and keep looking at the clues. Sometimes while they were still going on, Grace would act them out. So, she also enjoys acting. I'm going to write enjoys acting up here too. You can also use the pictures in the book to help you. So I can see that there's a cat here, and I can see that Grace is playing with dolls, and that tells me that she really likes cats and she likes to play with dolls too. So I'm going to write plays with dolls. She's got a pet cat. You need to carry on going through your book as a detective. Think about all the things that you can find out about Grace. The things that you wouldn't know just by looking at her go in this bubble here. I think you should aim for about 4 things about Grace inside that we find out about her, and 4 things that you can tell about her from the outside, so what she looks like. Once you have done that, then you can add some detail to your person. You're going to draw Grace down here. So use the pictures to help you. Can you do a detailed face? Add some more detail to your picture. We have loved seeing your emails of the pictures of the learning that you're doing at home. So if you can, definitely get an adult to take some pictures because we are loving hearing from you. If you've got any questions, ask an adult to send us an email.